Francisco to Oakland. Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. And it's another road game for the Spurs. They're among the league's powerhouse teams, presently in second place in the West.
And I think for San Antonio, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
And I can't see any reason why they can't. I mean, they've got to be considered one of the favorites to lift the trophy for me.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the Spurs. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the center position. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. An MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Here's Thompson. He's coming off a 28-point game against Minnesota. Leonard kicks to Green. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
The first one falls.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. Said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
He doesn't get the second one. And for Leonard here, players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
Shot clock at 3. Curry's shot is good.
Now, that's terrific offensive agility, footwork, and quickness there to get to the hoop.
Curry against Parker. And it's sent back by Bogut. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Good. Thompson's got his first bucket in this one.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Parker outside. The feed to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to Minnesota.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Back to Curry. Parker with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And it's San Antonio with another. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Thompson following the score by Tony Parker. And that one's good.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
San Antonio leading by 4. Outside Aldridge. The dish to Leonard. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Leonard. Back to Aldridge. And another basket for San Antonio.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical, dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now here's Curry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. Also got 3 steals in that game.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Utah Jazz.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. Shoot like that from outside. It really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Six on the shot clock. That's a 2 from Parker.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Barnes. And great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Wow, that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Curry against Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Curry. Parker dishes to Aldridge. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Warriors trailed by 4.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
And that one's good. Curry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Parker, here we go. They get the rebound. Got a piece of it. Curry against Green. Green, the screen. Here's Thompson. It's all evened up. Thompson's got 6 points. Well, Greg, you're just talking about the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Mark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled up.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Aldridge is screen. Fires the 3.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
And they came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Warriors.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
The Warriors making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in. West is checked in for the Spurs.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
Now here's Bogut coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Green with a screen for Curry. He dishes it to Barnes. Corner shot. Rebound by Parker.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag.
And Green gets it to go.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is. take a look now at the stats for Tony Parker. His last 10 games, he's around 10 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Spates checked in for Golden State. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Mills is checked in. Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on an age clock. We've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Picked by West. Now here's Mills, guarded by Kerr. Just 5 to shoot. Here's West. Warriors with the rebound.
You love the close out on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Here's Spates. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Spates has got his first 2 points. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. He kicks it to West. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Martin goes in. It's blocked. They recover it. Now here's Barnes. Covered by Mills. And that one's good. Barnes.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
Well, I asked him what strategy they were going to use at the offensive end, and he told me that they did not want to have to rely on their perimeter game. Instead, he plans to exploit what he described as a mismatch on the interior, saying, quote, "We have the talent inside to make things very difficult on them. We're going to use it." Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris. So it's the Warriors now. After the basket by San Antonio. The 3, Barbosa. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That is his first foul of the game.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Some changes for Golden State. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Green. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And Mills kicks to Anderson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Kyle Anderson, he had so many traits, Greg, the Spurs were looking for when they drafted him back in 2014. But he spent pretty much the entire season on the pile.
Yeah, and you know that Coach Pop makes his guys earn their minutes. You know, he doesn't care if he took you in the first round or if you're an undrafted free agent. He's going to play the guy who helps his team win.
You know, talking about Kyle Anderson, he's a bit of a polarizing prospect, has a multifaceted skill set. I mean, excellent court vision, outstanding length, doesn't have elite athleticism, absolutely needs to get stronger, but he's got a lot of game.
Both free throws good from Anderson.
And guys, getting back to Kyle Anderson, not a fit for every system. I mean, he's a guy who needs the ball in his hands to be effective, and he's much more of a facilitator than a finisher at this stage.
Here is Livingston. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota. Kicks to Iguodala. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. And the Warriors lead by 5.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Marjanovic. Uses the glass to finish the way.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Spates sets a screen. Livingston kicks to Rush. no good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Here's Martin. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And it's now only a 1-point Warrior lead. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here is Livingston, covered by Mills. Iguodala, the pass to Livingston. Back to Iguodala. Martin with the block. Mills with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. To the paint. Barbosa with the steal. And now it's Livingston. He can go all the way. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Martin. Now let's take a look at the teams that have been holding their opponents to the fewest points in the last 10 games. The Spurs second.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Pass to Ginobili. Here's Martin, another shot, and the layup is up and in. Martin's got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Here is Livingston. He averages a bit over 6 points a game.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
Now here's Mills after the miss from Andre Iguodala. Inside, here's Marjanovic, and the rejection by Azili. They push it up 4 on 3. Iguodala outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Marjanovic. Martin the screen, and Mills kicks to Ginobili. It's a big high bounce and goes in. And the Spurs lead by 2.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Iguodala. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Rush hits the bucket. He's back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
That's good. Barbosa. Shot misses. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Spurs out in front, leading by just 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. we had the chance to catch up with Greg Popovich, and he talked about how he felt Tony Parker ranks among the league's best point guards.
To be in the conversation, I think, is totally appropriate. And Tony is very often not even in the conversation when people talk about top 10 guards and that sort of thing, which has always amazed me. All you hear is all the other names of whoever the new young guard is, and there's a lot of great ones. But to leave his name out seems ridiculous to me.
Not breaking it down and telling it like it is as usual, Clark. You got to love having a guy like that as your coach.
Without question. I mean, you have no idea how huge that is for a player to get that kind of support and backing from his coach. Is Tony Parker a great all-star and champion? In my book, absolutely, without question. But would he have reached that level without Greg Popovich as his coach? I think even Tony would tell you, probably not.
Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Ezeli in at center. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Warriors trail by 4. Curry kicks to Green. Back to Curry. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish. And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
The Warriors shooting has been outstanding in this team at 58%. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. Offline with his 3. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Parker kicks to Duncan. Outside Leonard. Duncan, a screen. The pass to Green. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Aldridge. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Curry against Parker. They double team Curry. And the wide open shot from Green. No good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively. Drew a lot of fouls in that game.
Yeah, it certainly paid off. I mean, free throws and foul trouble for your opponents. Come on now. That's a winning recipe all day long.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Barnes dishes to Curry. Green, the screen. Here's Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Duncan with a screen on Curry. Parker drives in. The kick out to Aldridge. And it's San Antonio with another.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Warriors trail by 6.
Chance to check out stats for Leonard. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 12th in scoring, 14th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, you know, one of the most dangerous scorers in the league. He's already come up big in some key games this year.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bogut's checked in.
Get open, get open.
Now Green. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
Now here's Curry. 6-point game. 4 on the clock. And that one's good.
Oh, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
Traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. Number 1, Steph Curry.
Well, he's the guy you want on the free throw line when it matters. I mean, he's a leader and as consistent as they get.
Well, automatic is the word that comes to mind when you're talking about his free throw shooting. There are a lot of terrific foul shooting point guards, and he's right at the top of the list.
West is checked in for the Spurs. Spurs leading by 3. And here's a little-known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Thompson outside. Bogut the pass to Thompson. Screen by Bogut. 5 to shoot. That's the free fly. Thompson misses.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooter without being overly aggressive. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Outside Curry. Here's Bogut. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Well, going back to Bogut when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
And the Spurs making a change here. Martin's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged play.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Down low, here's West. And off the front iron, and in it goes. West has got his first bucket in this one.
And getting back to Bogut, people forget he's a pretty good athlete. The reason he was drafted #1 overall way back when was because of his insane combination of size and movement skill. That's why he remains one of the excellent shot blockers in the league today.
And when you talk about Bogut, I think the Warriors' incredible regular season inspired him. He didn't have to be the star. He just had to anchor that deed. Sometimes when you give a guy a specific task to be the best at, that's when he delivers the most. And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Good on the second free throw. Great for Thompson. Last season, an uptick in his free throw attempts and his assists. And Clark, a reflection of his activity with the ball in his hand.
He's a complete player. Terrific offensive player. Outstanding defensively as well. And what I like about him is he never lacks the confidence. He stays aggressive on both ends of the floor.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Here's Martin. He's got 6. Aldridge a screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's West. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 6 assists here tonight. Warriors trail by 6. Outside Curry. To shoot. Shot from 12, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 4 points this quarter. Spurs leading by 4. Parker outside. Dishes to Aldridge. The 11-footer. That's short off the rim.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Open shot. Thompson not wasting any time in taking the shot and knocking it down. And now just a 2-point Spurs lead. Parker against Thompson. Parker kicks to Aldridge. They get it again. West dishes to Parker. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Warriors have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Curry, wide open. It's good from long range. Curry's got 11 points.
Fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period #1.
Here's Parker. Another miss by Parker.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
Rick, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Green. Rush comes in for Barnes. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And both free throws good for Spates.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
Got to find something right.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop the layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
The Spurs have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
One shot. One shot.
Here is Livingston. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Down low, Barbosa. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Get open.
Here is Livingston, covered by Mills. Passes to Spates. Feeds it to Rush. 5 on the clock. On its way from Barbosa for 2. And it's Barbosa again missing.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Now here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shoots it up. And he overshot that one, missing.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Spates kicks to Rush. He feeds it to Livingston. Spates sets a screen. Livingston passes to Spates. No good off the pick.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now here's Ginobili. A 14-point game for him in the win against Utah. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
'Warriors have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Barbosa dishes to Livingston. Back to Barbosa. Here's Spates. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. San Antonio trailing here. They set the pick. Here's Mills. Hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Henderson. Kicks it out to Ginobili. San Antonio again missing. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Spates, the pass to Rush. Livingston kicks to Spates. Pass to Livingston. Kicks it out to Barbosa. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch off. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Now here's Ginobili. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry this season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Maurice Spates. Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. No good on the second free throw.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Here's Marjanovic. There's the screen. Anderson right side. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for San Antonio. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the second quarter. Azili dishes to Livingston. Iguodala outside. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Iguodala's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors. 54 seconds left in the first half of the game. Screen by Duncan. And here's Mills. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Now Rush. It falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And now it's an 8-point Warrior lead. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Mills kicks to Anderson. Duncan inside. He's against Azili. And the rejection by Azili. And there's the feed to Barbosa. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And we've reached halftime in this one. Warriors lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and there's got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you at the table.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door for a comeback.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
Well, it's never easy to play on the road, and the score reflects that. Just doesn't seem like they're well prepared for this matchup. Every time they tried to make a run, they got derailed. I think to refocus their efforts in the second half, they're going to need to play with a lot more determination for a chance to win this.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Some fantastic numbers here for Thompson. He has 14 points and also a block shot. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
here's Parker on the floor for San Antonio. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the small forward spot. And Duncan gets it to go in. Here's Curry. 6-point lead. Fires the three. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
No doubt that is
Sounds
within
good.
his range.
Hit. Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Now here's Curry. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. 3-point play chance.
Good. Hit. Shooting one.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
Now here's Parker. Aldridge is free. Parker passes to Leonard. Shot is off. Good D by Thompson. Warriors leading by 6. And Curry, certainly, Clark, a magician with the ball in his hands. He can really supply the terrific handle. Has a move, crossovers. He has it all.
He sure does, but on occasion he can be a little loose with it and turn it over some. It's been a focus both by him and the coaching staff. Attack, but do it with precision.
Here's Parker. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. Parker. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
How about Tony Parker? He's been getting it done. He's got 10 points and a couple of nice steals, too. Passing and free throws, those are 2 areas where you love to get production.
And I like the fact that he's been a positive player all day. Hasn't had a lot of errors in the game.
Now here's Thompson. 14 points for him. Green with a screen on Leonard. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Warriors have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10. Thompson outside. Over in the corner, Green. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Green kicks to Parker. Shoots from the baseline. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Spurs have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. That's good from Parker. Parker drops them both. Here's Curry. He's got 17. Charity stripe shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter. Spurs trail by 6. Parker with it. He's got 12. Aldridge dishes to Green. Parker passes to Leonard. Pocket 6. Outside Aldridge. San Antonio again missing. Now the Warriors picking it up. Here's Curry. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And now it's an 8-point Warrior lead.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Leonard, no luck.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Stephen Curry again. Curry's got 23.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Curry against Parker. A 3 from Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist in the game. Warriors leading by 7.
Stats for Green. 7th in assists, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And you know, his floor awareness undeniable. You know, as you pointed out, he's great at drawing the defense and then making the perfect pass in stride.
In the third quarter, with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's the lob to the hoop, and it's Barnes. Snaps it down.
The lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline. just hanging on here for dear life.
Here's Leonard. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. 5 on the clock, and it's Parker in the corner. Warriors with the rebound. Bogut's got 4 rebounds in this game. Curry against Parker. Shot from the wing. Warriors the rebound. Thompson for 3. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensively. Second, LaMarcus Aldridge.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Yet, no matter how much attention they're getting, they're still going to get their points. I mean, opponents just have to keep fresh legs out there and try to limit the damage and make them work for whatever points they do get.
Now we get a chance to check out the seeding out west. 4 games left on the schedule here. Take a look at the Warriors. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And checking out San Antonio, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And well, for the Warriors, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
That's for sure. I mean, expectations were high for these guys, and they've more than lived up to the hype.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Green against Curry. Curry with the steal.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips, but those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely. They have got to get a tighter handle on the ball.
Thompson against Parker. Here's Marjanovic. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 8th assist in the game. Curry kicks to Green. Now the dish to Curry. Back to Green. Fires the 3. The shot will not go. So the Spurs will take it the other way. There's Green with the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism part. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. And he gets the bucket. Curry's got 25 points.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. The Spurs also with the sub. Mills is checked in. Here's Mills. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And, you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
Here's Barnes, following the bucket by the Spurs. He dishes it to Spates. Second chance effort. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors?
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition?
Gentlemen, 2 shots
on the fast break tonight.
shots.
That's been a huge factor as well.
No good on the free throw. And some changes here for the Spurs. Anderson, he's checked in for West. And it's Ginobili in for Green. He hits the second from the line. Spurs trail by 14. Here's Mills. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Leaner from distance. Kept alive. And another shot. A nice shot by Anderson.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Warriors leading by 12. Curry dishes to Thompson. Green passes to Curry. That's good. Curry's got 16 here in the second half.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
They set the screen. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Martin up top, off the pick. And too long on the shot. Golden State's got the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Here's Barnes. Rebounded by the Spurs. And here's Mills. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. No good from Ginobili.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Spates. A 12-point game. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Golden State. And San Antonio also making a switch. Duncan's checked in. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
These past few weeks, you can see how San Antonio stacks up. First in free throw percentage. Second in opponent points per game. And they also show up top 5 in block shots.
And you look at their ranking, tops in free throw percentage. I think it speaks to their focus and discipline as a team. They look to capitalize on every mistake.
Now here's Duncan. Spates with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Spates. The Warriors making a switch here. Azili's checked in. Here's Ginobili. Anderson, a screen on Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Martin. It's rebounded by Curry. Curry's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Green inside the three-point line. San Antonio with the rebound. Anderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's Mills, guarded closely. Anderson against Green. Anderson kicks to Martin. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. For San Antonio, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Out to the right wing, and rush kicks to Ezeli. Barbosa with it, picked up by Ginobili. Oh, Barbosa, he has 5. Drills the elbow jumper. Barbosa's got his 3rd basket of the night. Spurs trail by 11. Screen by Duncan. Mills dishes to Anderson. He used that pick to get in close.
Nice work by Duncan to lay into that defender.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Green. Spurs also with the sub. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Kevin Martin. Warriors leading by 8. Kicks it to Iguodala. Puts it up from 12. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish, Clark, to a fault.
Yeah, and you know, a great athlete and ball handler, I think he could be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Anderson. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Greg, I think, you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Now, here is Barbosa. He's got 7 on the clock. Shoots, rejected by Ginobili. And he recovers it, but they get it back. Barbosa up top. He's covered by Ginobili. A one near Iguodala as he lets it go. Nailed from three-point land. Iguodala's got 4 this quarter.
You know, getting back to Duncan, when you talk to his teammates, they'll tell you he's disciplined. He maintains a strict diet, does off-the-floor training, from boxing to swimming, throwing tires, running in the sand. That keeps him motivated and engaged.
Warriors leading by 12. Right side Curry. Iguodala outside. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist here tonight. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top, up by 15. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And so it's Golden State with it. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. They got Iguodala. Steph Curry's out there with Barbosa. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Bogut in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Bogut says a screen for Iguodala. And Barbosa has it in the corner. Offensive rebound. They shoot again. Outside for Curry. Back to Barnes. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Bogut sets a screen for Iguodala. Back to Bogut. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Outside, Green. Pass to Leonard. Aldridge with a screen on Barnes. Leonard attacking Aldridge. And it's good. Caught through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Some changes for Golden State. Draymond Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. It's Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. And San Antonio with the change here too. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Here's Parker. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. He used that pick just right.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He has 29 points and 7 assists.
No idea we'd see a performance like this one today.
The only way to describe it in my vocabulary is dominance.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Curry. Stephen Curry hits them both.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now here's Parker. To the inside. It's stolen by Bogut. Curry against Parker. Outside, Green. And the Warriors miss again. Spurs trail by 13. Outside, Leonard. He kicks to Aldridge. Shoots from the right block, and it's San Antonio with another. The Warriors have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Curry kicks to Barnes. And the pass to Green. Floats one. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And This is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Now here is Aldridge. That doesn't go either for Aldridge.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And here's Green outside. Here's Thompson. And the rejection by Leonard. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. San Antonio on defense. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. They double-team Curry. And Thompson kicks to Green. Clock at 6. Dishes it to Bogut. From deep three-point range, a rebound by the Spurs.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impact winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Now, here's Thompson, following the miss by Tony Parker. Thompson kicks to Bogut. Here's Barnes. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man. And just he has an air about it.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more Clark assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
And the second free throw, good. A nice bounce back here for Harrison Barnes. Clark in year 3 moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
Spurs trail by 10.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of the game.
Curry kicks to Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 14 points for Barnes.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Green against Barnes. Now here's Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the teardrop. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Outside Curry. Look from Green. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Green passes to West. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw.
Oh, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
Back to Curry. Green, the screen. Curry can't get it to go. Spurs trail by 13. Parker with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Passes it to Leonard. Six to shoot, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
Now here's Curry. Screen by Bogut. Thompson dishes to Bogut. On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Green. From the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And that's now 19 points for Klay Thompson. Spurs trail by 15. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Spurs working the ball around now. Picked by West. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Leonard against Thompson. And shot on the way. Not enough on that one as it misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds in the game. Parker drives in.
You really have to like the work they put in at the free throw line here in the half. I mean, they've been really aggressive in drawing fouls, and then they've been able to knock down their free throws.
Free throw drops in for Tony Parker. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. And he makes both free throws.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Warriors leading by 13. Thompson passes to Curry. Outside, Green. Green with a screen for Thompson. Back to Green. Goes up off the pick.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clarkie's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And so it's San Antonio with it, following the score by Golden State. Here's Duncan. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Golden State's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Green against Duncan. Green dishes to Thompson. Screen by Bogut. Shot from the top of the key. Offensive rebound. And another shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And the first one drops. And the Spurs making a change here. Mills is checked in. Stephen Curry hits them both. Spurs trail by 17. Feeds to Leonard. Baseline Jay on the way. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. The Warriors making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. Warriors leading by 16. Curry kicks to Barbosa. Back to Curry. He feeds it to Bogut. He gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Aldridge, the pass to Mills. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Curry dishes to Green. Pass to Barnes. Back to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Here's Curry. Releases from the wing. Curry's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Warriors on D. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Green, the screen. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Barbosa kicks to Green. And there's the feed to Curry. Green, the screen. It's stolen by Duncan. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Mills has got the ball.
Almost intimidating defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
Here's Curry following the bucket by the Spurs. Green, the screen. Curry passes to Barnes. Back to Curry. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan, Clark, has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
You know, interesting, guys, to illustrate Duncan and how he just wins. I mean, Spurs went 8-10 in December of 2014. That marked only the 3rd losing month ever for Tim Duncan.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. Stephen Curry hits them both.
And that stat you said about Duncan and losing months says a lot about both him and his team. I mean, he has been the leader of this Spurs franchise since day one and deserves all the praise you can give him.
And Green gets it to go.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
The dish to Livingston. Kicks to Green. Pass to Curry. They double team Curry. Here's Livingston. Green in the post. Aldridge is covering, and Green gets it to go.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Festus Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Rush in for Curry. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Marjanovic. Mills dishes to West. Ginobili outside. Picked by West. Like at 6. To the left side wing. Mills, that's a two-pointer. A rebound by Azili. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Shot A. I like that, Red.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and an extra little bit of confidence.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Andre Iguodala. And what's the key for you guys to have games like you did tonight as you look to the upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in, play tough, and guys be ready to play.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, they shut out the noise and just play.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he's been playing recently, and this was huge for him to come out and have a great night. You can really tell a lot about a player, how they break out of a slump. He responded exactly the way he needed to.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.